It's February 8th, Monday. I'm gonna go for my recovery run, the first run of the week. A little tired from day of classes for like 4 or 5 hours today, just sitting in front of the computer. So looking forward for this run, can get out the door and not think about school or chemistry or anything. So yeah, it's a little overcast today, but it's perfect for running. A little chilly, but yeah. I think that was a little over 2 miles at 8:30 pace. I didn't feel the best because my stomach's giving me some trouble, but it's just a recovery run, easy run to get some miles in. But looking ahead at the week, I've got the benchmark tomorrow with Zach. Gonna run a 5K and a mile, all out to test out my pace. Yeah, it's 4 miles, and then Wednesday, day after the speed run, I'm gonna do a long recovery run. Not long, it's like 30 minutes-ish. And then Friday, another speed run, and then a 15K long run on Saturday, which is a little over 9 miles, so bumping up the distance of the long run again. So it's gonna be a pretty intense week, really hard run tomorrow. And then the Friday speed run is gonna be a little bit tough too. So probably gonna be really long intervals of running, so of speed runs. So gotta prepare for that a little bit. But other than that, it should be good. It's gonna be a good challenge. Okay, it's February 9th, Tuesday. I'm here on the track for my time trials. There's a very light drizzle, but it's okay. It's not gonna hurt anybody. But I wasn't feeling the best today, so I was gonna come to the track and see if I should do just a normal workout or something, but I'm feeling a little better now, so I'll try my best to complete both time trials. Want to go for a 800 warm-up first. Zach can't make it today because he has some kind of injury. Hope he's getting better. Some kind of leg issue, but yeah, I'm gonna do my warm-up first, and then mile, take a short break, and then the 5K. Yeah, hope I improve a little bit from like 6-7 weeks ago. I might not be able to film that much, but at least I can get the warm-ups in. It's just me today, so it's gonna be hard for me to move the shots when I'm running. I want to ensure some authenticity in my workout, so I'll try to go as hard as I can, but I can at least get these warm-up shots in. It's raining quite hard, so I'm gonna see how the mile goes and then decide if I want to run the 5K. But I'm shooting for a sub 6 minute mile, so minute 30 per lap. Yeah, pretty straightforward. I'm gonna get started. Okay, I can breathe again after my mile. I've been sitting around for like 5-ish minutes, and I'm just recovering a little bit. I ran a 5:53 mile. So I can get this on camera. This is what 5:53. I think my splits were like 120. And then 130 130 and 130, something like that. There were a little bit of fluctuation, but I definitely didn't run it very smart. I went out very fast. Hence my fastest lap was my first one, 121, which was pretty dumb. I could have, if I ran the first lap relatively easy and then build up my pace and then have a fast last lap, I probably would have shaved off another 5 seconds, but I just wasn't very mentally prepared. I'm still feeling a little beat up from the day and didn't fully warm up, which is weird. I did have a half-mile warm up, so these things happen. But I'm gonna break for another 5 to 10 minutes, finish this chocolate bar, and then for some extra fuel, and then go out for my 5K. The goal is to run probably like 7:20 or 7:10 minute per mile pace. I'm trying to do the mental calculation of how fast each lap would be, but I can't, so I'm just gonna stick to that. Try to run around 7:20, 7:10 minute per mile pace for my 5K, which should be solid. I'll be happy with that progress if I can do that on the track. So yeah, I probably won't get to film it, but yeah, that's alright. I'm gonna try to focus on the running instead of video production. Yeah, I'll see you guys after I finish my 5K. Okay, just finished my 5K. I ran a well, my watch said 22:04, but I'll show like a different time here because I think that the Nike app doesn't really track circles well, so it's a little bit of discrepancy there, but I'm gonna go with my watch here. I think it's more accurate. 22:04, that means I ran a 7 minute and 6 second minute per mile pace, which I'm happy with. I was actually on track. I started out fast again. I was on track to run a 7 minute per mile pace, but I couldn't keep that up for like 12 and a half laps, so it's okay. 7:06, that's still a big jump from 7 weeks ago, which I'm happy with. Yeah, I'm glad I came out and did this workout. Plus all the cool downs and warm-ups, I ran a little over 5 miles, which I'm really happy with. It's a good way to get more miles in. I was actually feeling really bad earlier because of stress from school and just sitting at home all day, and my allergies have been pretty gnarly these past few days, but now I'm feeling a lot better, so glad to see that running can make my life better in so many other ways too. I'll take a recovery run tomorrow, and yeah, I'll see you guys then. Okay, my watch is not on the right setting. It's February 10th, Wednesday morning. Still feeling a little bit beat up from yesterday's time trial, so I'm gonna take today really easy. It's just a 31-minute recovery run, but it's a lovely day, so I'm hoping to use this opportunity to be with myself a little bit and relax and get a jump start to the day, get myself warmed up for the day's work ahead of me. Yeah, it should be great. Looking forward to it. Okay, I'm back from my run. It felt great. 3.5 miles, 8:30 pace. Worked my way down from 9 minute per mile to like 8:10 minute per mile, which is a great progression and negative splits I love to see. Plus everything just felt really easy. I was just jogging along, never felt too exerted. So great recovery run. Nice way to get some miles in. And I'm already at 11 miles this week, so I think I'm gonna be hitting like 20, 23, 24, something like that this week, which is crazy. I've never ran this much in a given week, so so I definitely need to prepare for the next 2 days. But I have exactly, well, how much time do I have until the next run? I have a little more than 2 days. I have at least 48 hours to recover a little bit. I'll probably do some jump rope to keep my body active, go on walks, and yeah, a speed run on Friday and a 9-mile long run on Saturday. So yeah, looking forward to those too. It's February 12th, Friday. I had 2 solid days of break. I still kept my body active with walking around and jump rope, so I'm feeling pretty good now. I got a speed run today, a lot of interval running. I think I have a 5-minute warm up and then 1 minute at mile pace, 5 minute at 5K pace, 10 minute at 10K pace, 5 minute at 5K pace, and then finishing with another interval of 1 minute at mile pace. And then some breaks in between, so it should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. I'll push myself pretty hard. Actually, I don't know. I have a really long run tomorrow morning, so I might not push myself that hard, but we'll see. Here, I'll do what my body can handle. Should be fun. That was a great workout. 3.8 miles at 7:40 pace. I ran my first interval. I'll have like a more detailed chart here, but my first mile interval was 6:40. 5K was 7:20, 10K 7:40, 5K 7:15, and then mile 6:15. It's pretty much my normal pace for these runs. If I run a 10K, I'll probably be at 7:40. I just ran a 10K, I just ran a 5K and was like 7:15 pace. So really happy with my ability to stay consistent with my normal running pace based on my effort. So that's definitely a plus. And that didn't feel too hard at all. It was doing some of like the end of the 5K intervals, I was feeling a little bit gassed, but the long recovery periods felt really good, and I was able to give it my best on the on every interval pretty much. Really long run tomorrow, 15K. That's a little over 9 miles, so quite intimidating, but it's just 1 more mile than what I did last week, so it should be fun. Yeah, looking forward to that too. Okay, so it's February 13th, my last run of the week. I'm gonna go out for a 15K long run. That's 9.32 miles, I think. It's quite late, it's 10 in the morning already, but I got rained out earlier, so the ground is still a little wet, but it doesn't worry me too much. It's really beautiful out now, so the road should dry up in a bit anyways. Yeah, this is by far the longest distance I've ever done. A little scared, but also very excited. I'm gonna do a quick warm-up and get on to it. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good and ready to go. I already know where I'm gonna run to. I'm not sure if it's exactly like halfway mark, but I'll see. I'll run to a trailhead and back. Maybe do a little bit of trail running if I have a little more distance to go, but it is gonna be quite muddy, so I don't know. But I'm gonna start slow around 9-minute pace and then move down to 8-minute per mile pace. So it should be a lot of fun, a great challenge, and ready for it. Okay, I'm quite depleted, so I'm not gonna talk too much. 15K, 9.32 miles at 8:20 minute per mile. I don't know, got into me, but I was just very tiring. Maybe because it's later in the day, so the sun was out, and I was sweating quite a lot. So maybe that burned off some of my energy, but also when I got to the trailhead that was supposed to be my turning point, I realized I was still at like 1.5 miles short, so I decided to go on this trail, which was a bit of a mistake because there was a lot more incline than I thought, and I gained probably like 400 feet of elevation in like not that much of running, like half a mile, which was just brutal for my quads, and that depleted a lot of my energy. But yeah, I'm glad I got this run in, and I think it's 10 miles next week, so it's gonna be a little more brutal, but the mileage shouldn't be as much. It's also because this week's running was pretty hard. I had the rough time trials on Tuesday, and I think I came out to be 24 miles of running this week, which is the most I've ever done in my life. So that's adding on to the injuries as well. But yeah, I'll do a recap tomorrow morning and enjoy my 2.5 days of break-ish. Okay, so it's Sunday now. I'm gonna do a quick recap. There were a few things I forgot to talk about yesterday because I was just not really physically and mentally fit to reflect on my running. But I actually had a really good pace going into the run. I started off at 8:30-ish. I'll put the pace chart here. I started at like 8:30, which is a little too fast. I think ideally I would have started at around 9-minute pace and then moving my way down to 8:30, perhaps even faster. And then you can see that I think I got faster and faster until I hit that like 5-mile point. At that mileage, I was a little bit tired, but it's also because of the hill that I was running up. It just completely crushed my quads, and I couldn't pick it up. That was really slow, but then after I got down the hill onto the flat ground, I think I was running pretty well again at around 8 minutes per mile to 8:20 per mile, which I'm pretty happy with. Okay, now let's look back on the week. It was a really hard week of running. I had a 24-mile week, which is by far the most I've done in this training plan and ever. The furthest that I've ran in a week before this was 20 miles a week. That was like a few weeks back. And it was quite fast too. I think I ran this week at around a 8-10 minute per mile pace for the entire 24 miles, which is quite intense, especially the benchmark that I ran, which the two benchmarks, the mile and the 5K benchmarks, that took a lot out of me. And then yeah, I just didn't feel right on the recovery run and the speed run afterwards. So going forward, a few things I will change about my plan or about my running is that I'll probably shoot to do my recovery runs better, to run them even slower and to give my body more chance to recover and to still get those mileage in. And then one other thing I'm gonna change is probably to change up my goals a little bit. So I had originally I had a goal of running half marathon under an hour and 45 minutes, which is 8 minutes per mile pace. I think that is still quite ambitious, and I'll keep it. Same as the 5K, sub 21 minutes, 6:45-minute pace. That's very ambitious as well. I'm gonna leave that there, but the mile, I think I can bump it up a little, bump it down a little bit. So originally I had 6 minutes per mile, but now I think a 5:45 is a reasonable milestone to shoot for. But yeah, that was a great week of running, and next week should be a little less intense. I might still run about the same distance, but not as fast and not as intense. But I will be running my first 10-mile long run next week, so I'm moving into the double digits, which should be a lot of fun. Thank you.